Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum 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 bum. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Oh crap. Look what came in today. It's a new guitar. I didn't mean to slam it down like that, and I don't know why I'm singing the Here Comes the Bride song, if that's what it is. It's either that or the President. This is the first time I've ever ordered an actual guitar from Sweetwater, and no, I'm not endorsed by them. Don't get anything from them, but I wanted to unbox this and film it for future documentation and for anyone else who finds it interesting. I really don't know why people find unboxing videos that interesting. Maybe I sound like an old fart, but I don't know why. Anyway, today when I picked it up, it is August here in Texas, and it was about 104 degrees outside. So I hope that the neck is still adjusted. We're gonna see. Never cut towards yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Never cut towards yourself, kids. I didn't know if I was going to go through the manufacturer or Sweetwater or another retailer because they were all about the same price. Some people said the 55-point inspection didn't meet the mark. It didn't look like it went through that inspection. But to be fair, those comments that said that the sales engineers did what they could and really worked with the customer to get the order right. So I'd be lying to say that I wasn't a little nervous on the quality of this. I don't want to have to send this back, but if I do, there are worse things that happen in life. You know, while I'm unboxing this, I want to know who's responsible for the costume design on this video. Like, dude, I look like I could be in an episode on Nickelodeon right now. I've got at least 3 things down. I look like a young man, I've got bright colors on, and I have my bare feet out. So I think that qualifies me to be on Nickelodeon. Dan, if you're watching, no, I will not peel these bananas with my toes. I'm sorry, but I will not do it. So we're gonna open it up. This is exciting. This is exciting here. Okay, moment of truth. No defects, please. No defects. I'm not a luthier. I've done guitar work before. I did a fret leveling job on one of my Jacksons just to try it. But this thing, I'm gonna have to take to a professional. I don't wanna mess this up. Wow. Look at that thing. This is sweet looking. This is really sweet. The action's lower than the strings I have on that. It's almost like someone who knew what they were doing set this up. The headstock goes in the opposite direction of the guitars I'm used to. The guitar I'm used to has tuning pegs on either side ascending evenly, and this one just curves to the left, if you know what I'm saying. And the tuning pegs just go up like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen when I restring the 7th string. I guess I'll have to just put less slack in it, but it's wildly out of tune, but I don't expect it to be in tune sitting in 100-degree heat. And I've never played an Evertune before. This Evertune right here, from my limited understanding, is a series of springs as the bridge that keeps the strings perfectly in tune once it is set, which is so cool. Normally, the tuning is done up here, right, with these locking tuners. However, with the Evertune Bridge, you don't have that issue. You actually adjust the tuning down here with some Allen keys, I believe. I'm gonna have to figure out how all of that works. Hopefully you can see this here. I'm gonna test if the neck is straight, meaning the truss rod has been adjusted with this tool right here. If it is perfectly straight, there shouldn't be many places in the bow with no contact. Okay, it looks like it's bowing a little bit that way. Yeah, it's not touching right here, and that might not be the biggest deal. But there's no significant up bows or down bows. But that's a good sign. So a couple things sold me on this guitar, and the first thing were the pickups. I didn't see a better option other than to buy a guitar with these pickups in them. They are M7s made by Lundgren, and these are the pickups that Meshuggah uses to produce their incredible, unique sound. I love that band, I love how they sound, and that's why I got this one. I just bit the bullet instead of buying them separately and then installing them on my cheaper guitar and then having to mess with tuning all the time, which leads me into point number 2, the Evertune Bridge. If it works right, I guess I won't have to spend so much time tuning while recording in studio sessions. So hopefully this will be the guitar I use for Arid And if you're watching this after it is released, this is the guitar I used for Arid. I used! Going through puberty right now. The pubescence is just coming out. All the estrogenics and plastics in my system are just screaming to be heard through my voice cracks. You think that'd piss a lot of people off if I played a 7-string like a banjo? Need a little finger picks. Okay, so I've been messing with it for a little bit, and it sounds okay. It sounds cool. It picks up the lower frequencies better. But there's an incredible amount of buzz, even in those palm mute notes. I don't know what that is, and when I have my hands off the strings and the volume is up, sounds pretty good, right? And for reference, I've just got it plugged in to this DI box, this Radial Pro DI, into my Focusrite, into my Mac. Very simple sound chain, nothing over the top, very simple and bare bones. I know what you're thinking. Logan, there's no buzz right now. Well, check this out. So I turned off that gate, and then here's the full noise gate. I hope you can hear that. But when I touch the strings, that should quiet down. It does not. When I touch the bridge, same thing, it doesn't quiet down at all. Now when I touch the jack, like so, quiets down, that's good. When I touch this pot, it almost goes away completely. That's good. And then this one goes away completely. That's good as well. That quiets it down too when I touch the toggle switch, but I think it's something in the bridge because that should quiet it down. When I plug the old guitar in, a lot of noise still, but when I put my hands on the string, it quiets the noise down almost completely. That's normal. Pots don't really do anything. When I touch the jack, it almost goes away. There's not near as much buzz.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're back. 2 days later, here's what happened. So to anyone who's been playing guitar for a little bit, it's obvious that this guitar had a grounding issue. I knew it, you knew it, the American people knew it. So right after I filmed that night, I called Sweetwater the next day and said, hey, I don't think it should be making that noise. I felt like I was going on a goose chase trying to figure out, I'm searching YouTube videos, I'm doing math in my head, trying to figure out, well, what electrical component is making this sound bad? Is it my equipment? Is it my interface? Is it my computer? Is it my outlet here? Is it the transmission outside? Is it the jack? Is it the pots? Is it the bridge? Is it me? Am I not grounded enough? Do I have to buy one of those grounding beds for thousands of dollars to sleep on just to get my guitar sounding okay?
I'm still hearing that buzz.
Yeah, thanks my pedals on my amps on my guitars and nothings.
Do a little experiment for me, will ya? Give that guitar to your guitar jack right there, will ya?
Okay, but I don't see the put. It stops buzzing. Once I gives it to this guy.
No more buzz, huh? Do me a favor, just touch it, okay?
What still wants me to touch the guitars?
Hey, how about one of your fingers?
Yeah, okay. Hey, it damns buzzings when I point on it with my fingers.
Yeah, okay. Now put the guitar back on. Do a little jump in the air for me, okay?
It does not buzz as long as I am in the airs, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Put the guitar down. Go on out.
You know, and then he has to jump out of a helicopter because that's the only way. It's the only way that there's no sound issues.
Let's do this.
Kind of how I felt running around to try and fix the issue, but luckily we got it solved. Sweetwater worked with me and said, hey, we can't get another one in stock. I'm sorry this is happening. If we were to get one in stock, it'd probably be till October. And I said, Mr. Sweetwater, I can't wait until October. I've got to get this done now. All right, I've got to earn my 30 cents from Spotify on streams by the end of September. You don't understand. And they said, yes, sir, roger that. if you find a local luthier or guy that you trust, take it over there, we'll reimburse you up to this certain amount, blah, blah, blah. So I took it to this guy that I found online, and we talked for a minute, and he said, well, it might be your cord, it might be the guitar, you know, just see. And very well could have been the cord, because this is the cord I have been using for the past year or so. Both ends are economically taped to ensure maximum stability, even though the ends kind of look like this, and they're just fraying and you can see the wires. They've been that way for the past year, I think. I got this cord 5 years ago as a free cord in the package for this bass, and I've been using it ever since. So I thought, yeah, man, it could be the cord, we'll see. So I went to Guitar Center and talked to the guy there. It's kind of a gamble when you go to Guitar Center. Some take you seriously, some don't. Some talk over you and just try to solve the problem or upsell you on things. Like the guy I was talking to, I said, hey, I just bought a new guitar. And he's like, oh yeah, which one? Do you know? Do you know what it's called? And I get it. I'm sure there's people in there all the time that don't know anything about guitars, or they're just buying it for their son or their daughter. And I'm usually one of those people. Actually, most of the time I'm one of those people. I don't know what I'm talking about. Long story short, I pay like 45 bucks for this really fancy schmancy copper encased cord, heavy duty, elite. Came back, plugged it in. That wasn't the issue. Point is, here's how it sounds now. Okay, so there's the floor level of the amp. And again, I edited the amp just a tad bit, lowered the gain, but still quite a bit of sound just on the amp alone. Here's the guitar turned up. A little bit of buzz, but not near as bad as last time, right? That's the 7th string, the lowest pitch right now at a B. Oh, and that's the bridge pickups. Here we go. So here's like a quick little 2-minute demo that I threw together using Easy Drummer Song Creator and just throwing some notes on there. Here you go. Since I don't consider myself a lead guitarist and I don't want to write a solo for the song I just made in a few minutes, here's just some finger movement on the guitar. and just for some fun, nonsensical shredding. So those are my first impressions of the Schecter Mach 7 now that it's working and ready to go. I'm gonna have to get it set up and then get started on the actual rhythm section of the EP. So I'm excited to get started and get through it because rhythm guitars are grueling and painful and tedious and boring and monotonous and has to be precise. And I'm not looking forward to it, honestly, but I'm looking forward to the finished product once it is complete and nailed down and tight with recorded, fit together, ready to go tracks. So that'll be my next project. Anyway, stay tuned.